How many genders are there?
I don't know if you can put a number on it.
Well, I would say probably infinite modulations, because I think ultimately gender is a performance.
I mean, I don't think it's that important. I don't think gender is what's important. I think it's how you express yourself, and it doesn't matter what's between your legs.
Like, loads? There's like loads of them, isn't there? Like male, female, like gender fluid, that kind of thing.
So however you choose to be is how I guess you should be identified. So yeah, as many as you want, whatever you would feel like, whoever you feel like being.
Just biologically, there are two genders. Most people can also say that there's non-binary, but yeah, scientifically.
I ain't got Scooby. So
That can be your gender, ultimately, because it is a societal construct. Ultimately, you're not born a certain way, just the way you identify, ultimately sort of ideologically sort of imposed on you.
I don't know if you can put a number on it. I feel like some people are never gonna feel like they fit in to a certain gender, and that's fine. So just let them be what they want to be.
It's hard to quite simplify gender at this point because there's so much speculation in terms of like trans people, non-binary individuals, and there's a lot of legislation behind it. So personally, I'm not sure how we can simplify that and make everyone feel included. So I don't really have like a proper answer to that.
So the idea of just having a male and female gender system ultimately is restrictive, because that sort of social idea of men and women that comes with, like I said, with certain restrictions, it implies that men are supposed to act a certain way, implies women are expected to act a certain way, which you might not necessarily want to.
What solution or approach or perspective would you give to people to make it easier to understand that?
Worry about your own life and no one else's. Talk to somebody if you don't understand. Everyone's perspective is different, and your perspective isn't invalid, even if it's different to everyone else's, and everyone seems so liberal and you don't. You can still have a valid opinion and just speak to people in an open and honest way.
Social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, that kind of thing. Having more awareness like on the streets and stuff, so like billboards, that kind of thing.
So yeah, as many as you want, pretty much, yeah.
Maybe just less focus on what it means to be each gender and like the stereotypical things that coincide with each gender, and just let people have different attributes of each gender and not worry about, what are they then?
Well, I guess it's just, I think especially trying to integrate sort of people, because I think the reason it has so much stigma behind it is that ultimately it's very alien to a lot of people, because obviously we live in quite a progressive society, but not every part of society is progressive, and I think that's why we're seeing so much sort of conflict between them, because the sort of progressive side aren't necessarily making enough, maybe not necessarily doing enough to actually try and integrate the people who sort of disagree with them, to actually be able to see that it is not as abnormal or as disgusting as these sort of people would want it to be sort of made out to seem.